All right, welcome to Revival, a Dungeons & Dragons real play podcast. When we last left off, we were at Tonali Biotics, and we just met up with Red again in his van, and we were headed back to New York.
Is it a van? I thought it was like a sweet, like an Escalade.
Yeah, it's like a bitchin' Escalade, kind of.
Sweet. Are the rims spinning?
We just met Red in a bitchin' ass, whatever you say.
Escalade.
It's an Escalade. Is it blacked out? Please tell me it's blacked out.
Oh, absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
So, this is really for people wondering about, format and stuff like that, this is really going to be the first, major transition into, you're going to hear me a lot less, probably, as these guys are going to now fumble around and attempt to actually accomplish their goals.
Yes. On that front, I actually have a few plans and ideas. And to begin with, we're driving along at a steady clip, right? All four of us in the back?
Probably, yeah. So,
And the gnome.
Oh, yeah, and the gnome. Is the gnome awake?
The kobold?
One, your guys' note-taking skills are garbage.
It's a dwarf.
Dwarf,
She's a
gnome.
dwarf. And two, also, yes, your kobold friend is sitting in the passenger seat.
Hooray.
It's going to take you guys a little bit to get back, especially considering it's not just, completely clear driving, but that's why you have, an SUV. But it's starting to get dark. Like, pretty dark.
Right now, I am going to be, I'm going to take a notebook out of my bag, a blank one. Mm-hmm. And I've got my notes that I've been taking this whole time on like the Minotaur horn and like the flora and fauna, the crab thing, the fish thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start making another notebook, basically with all that information. But well, you'll see what I'm going to do with this notebook later. And I'm going to I'm gonna ask
a big W on the front.
Yeah. Well, this notebook is going to be titled the one that I'm making is titled "The Sublime Beauty of Nature, Part 1." Yes.
Fucking bullshit.
The other notebook, by the way, is just titled like Adventure Log.
Or Everything is Terrible.
Yeah, everything. But the second one is "The Sublime Beauty of Nature, Part 1." So I'm gonna talk to Jerry over here. Is he sitting next to me, across from me?
Where are you guys sitting? So you've got you got your front seat, right? Mm-hmm. You got your passenger seat. Mm-hmm. Then you've got the setup of two seats in the first row, and then a little walkway going back to the 3 seats in the back.
So are they facing each other? Is there like a divided glass from the driver and stuff?
No, there's no divided glass on the driver. The 2 seats in the middle do swivel, and there is what you can see as a little like pop-up table. It looks like these seats could slide back and turn into a makeshift little meeting room.
Okay, well I'm gonna suggest that we all swivel together and get the meeting room set up.
Get a little powwow.
I call the other middle seat and I swivel, and I swivel again and I swivel back.
So
John's having a gay old time.
I ain't never been in a swivel seat before. This is downright nifty.
I'm sure that's the most interesting thing we've come across on our journey. I'm gonna swivel into place.
So, gentlemen, we have a lot of options right now. Most pressing, definitely, we have to get out west.
Well,
we don't know. Well, I guess we don't have to do anything, but I have a feeling. I have a feeling something bad's going to happen if we don't go to Denver at some point.
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a lot of not mana between here and Denver.
So Red is going to kind of like lean his head back. Wait, why are you guys going to Denver? It's even in... What the heck is in Denver?
Well, I don't remember. Did we tell him before we got...
You did not.
No.
Okay.
You didn't tell him shit.
No, we didn't tell him anything.
Okay.
Good job.
Well, Red, some things went down in Tonali Institute there.
We think that this guy, Michael, he might be planning to do something out west.
Huh? Really?
So, well, he didn't seem like too nice
I was
of a
going to
guy.
push Elias over at this point. You see, what Michael was looking for, there was something regarding blanks of some sort. I have no idea what they were talking about on that recording. That
I'm going to shove Jerry in the chest sharply.
Hey, who's got a 14 to
elbow him?
bluff here, pal?
Hang on, does anybody have a lampshade to hang somewhere?
Okay, I'm going to
That was out of character.
elbow you in the ribs real quick.
Ow.
What?
And Red will slap his hand back there to stop the kids from fighting.
Stronger than you look, pal.
Now, gentlemen, guys. Gentlemen. Clearly, there's something you don't want to tell me, and that's fine. I don't really care that much. Okay?
Okay. I mean, really,
everybody has
to get out west.
Everybody has the same thing. They always... You find something interesting, you probably found some little map to some little doohickey that does something really cool that you want to keep all to yourself, and I understand. But trust me, I'm not, like, even if you told me whatever was going on down there, I wouldn't kill you or anything. Come on.
I'm going to roll an insight on that.
Sure.
That seems,
I got a 5 on insight. I'm mostly interested in the anything.
I'll roll insight on that too.
I got a 19, so 24.
I got a 10.
So, on 24, he's being... Oh, you're gonna roll insight as well there?
No, I don't think I can beat 24.
Alrighty. So, on that 24 there, he's being more or less entirely genuine. He pretty much... He doesn't seem to care that much.
He doesn't seem to care about whatever we found. There's no, like... I'm not detecting any
or rather...
Probably doesn't think it's anything that
in,
interesting.
He doesn't, like... It seems like he thinks that you're kind of blowing whatever was there out of proportion, probably.
Yeah.
Like, if things are
We've
interesting
discovered a
to him,
side quest.
he would be interested in them, but he doesn't think that whatever you found would have been that interesting. Because remember, so what you guys would know about the area that you went to is people have like explored around that area before. Like it's not like you're going to completely uncharted territories.
Right.
Like it's kind of like you guys are in like the starting area and you just found your first big thing and he's like, "Oh, that's cute."
Right. So he's not thinking, "Oh, they found some cool shit."
Yeah.
Oh, they found an ancient research
Jerry.
site full of,
Don't
husks of
mention
humans.
that out of character. So, okay.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm going to
I have
turn
no
to
idea
John,
what we found.
and I'm going to say, John, big guy. I think you and I could work together. You probably want to see whatever Michael is up to. I would assume. And I need someone with your skill set to sort of be there.
Say you need a bodyguard.
Red kind of chuckles.
You are a pretty tiny elf.
Very nice. To sort of be there to take care of the larger threats that I can't handle on my own. I would like to go out west.
I still think Michael's right where he wants to be, though. I don't think he's going much farther than here. Sounds to me like he's going after Red.
We should pay the congregation a visit. Take a short jaunt, if you will, down there. I can do my research. You can do whatever it is you want to do with that, and then we can perhaps mount an exhibition further west if we see that that's Michael's end game, or whatever.
Guys,
perhaps.
Yes.
A couple of things. one, we've gotten reports that this guy's been showing up in places that he shouldn't be able to show up in. So, don't think of him as locked down to wherever you think he is. Two, if you're going down to the congregation, tell Lazarus I said hi. Thanks.
Will do, Red.
Hey, Red, do you perceive this Michael guy as a threat to you personally?
And I'm assuming he's holding a microphone.
I'm being very blunt about it.
So,
Fucking Jerry.
a threat.
I mean,
To
the way
be
you said he
completely
was
honest.
slippery,
He's a threat in the same way that, well, a splinter in your toe could be a threat if it gets infected.
Or a mouse eating grain, I guess.
Right. He's annoying. I don't exactly like it when people, well, up and do things like that, and I have no way of finding out where they are. It's annoying when I have to deal with people showing up at random to places that I'm supposed to be protecting and doing hit-and-run operations. Right?
Well, yeah, that
And
does...
the really annoying part is that you can't actually trace that little teleport that he does.
You mean there's
Why is
no...
that? Is it just there's no residue?
There's no residue. There's no signature. I have no idea what they're moving through when they do it.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah,
That's very...
if by interesting you mean frustrating.
Well, I mean, in a biological mana-based sense, you would think there'd be some sort of interaction between the material plane and whatever plane that they're moving through, so
Right.
I'm going to start
you would
taking
think
some
that.
notes on this. Fred, I have a thought.
Yeah.
You would
Lay it on
like this guy to be not around anymore.
Well, yeah.
Let's say you have significant stores of wealth.
You want me to fund you guys' going out west or something like that, right?
Well, I was going to say it a little more eloquently, but...
Look, we're friends at this point. You can just ask.
Well, my thinking was, perhaps there's a bounty of some kind on his head. We take a small forward on the bounty to fund the exhibition, and should we succeed, we claim the rest, and should we fail, no hard feelings.
Yeah, I was thinking of setting up some sort of bounty, but I did want to keep,
More of a
general
gentleman's
knowledge
agreement.
of this sort of thing on the down low, since it's, well, a little bit embarrassing to say that I can't track him.
Well,
You
perhaps
understand.
we could set some sort of a bounty ourselves. So,
You can fund that?
well, you would fund it through us. We ran into trouble with Michael, so we say he injured one of us. We're looking for information. We're willing to pay for it, and you funnel the funds.
Yeah. That makes sense. I could see that working. Something like that, at least. The thing is, though, is that a lot of the other people who have, run into him would be pretty interested in seeing him hunted down, so you might want to talk to them as well if you wanted to get funding specifically for that sort of thing.
Well, to be perfectly honest, Michael doesn't really interest me so much as it provides, and I'm going to sort of lean away from John and Jerry. It provides me with a means to continue my research.
Oh, no, yeah, I get it entirely. You need an excuse.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to put it like that, but yes.
Look,
As long as we catch Michael in the end, I'm fine with whatever.
yeah, you heard the man. I get the feeling that they just want somebody to help out, you know?
That seems reasonable.
One of the things that I've found after a long time of dealing with mortals, people are way too concerned with their own little appearances. If you want to get something done, just tell people. More often than not, they'll just help you.
I've had some experiences that would seem to tell me otherwise. But I'll take your advice to.
Let me tell you this.
Mind.
If you're running into people where that doesn't work out, you didn't want to work with them in the first place.
I suppose that does bear in mind.
Yeah.
Jerry.
Oh.
Yeah, what's up, Doc?
I'm sorry, you bugs fucking bunny now.
That hit me as soon as I said it. How can I help, Doctor?
Could you not? Yeah, like Jerry would talk like that. How may I be of assistance, Doctor?
Yeah, what do you need?
Jerry, I have a proposition for you. When we get back to the city...
I ain't never done one of those. I don't need the money anymore.
How droll.
Ha ha.
When we get back to
the man talk?
When we get back to the city, I'm going to set up a meeting with the dean of the college, Mr. Elias Adelhelm.
The guy that threw you in that room with us. Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah. So I think we're going to need some more significant funding. And, I have sort of a revenge scheme in mind here. What I need from you, and this will get you plenty of exposure. Plenty, my friend. I need you to back up this story of mine.
So you want me to just, follow you around and have Zep film everything you do?
No, what I mean is back up as in report the same as what I'm saying. Agree with me. Not literally back me up. And I'm going to sort of stroke my brow because Jesus Christ. Literally
So you guys are revenge story on Various?
Yes.
Ooh. Sounds interesting.
That uppity little...
Oh, come on. You gotta tell me. You can't leave me hanging like that.
That's Red talking, right?
Yeah.
Yes, well, from what I've seen out here, nature isn't as sublime and beautiful as those stuffed shirts at the college would like to think it is.
Not in the slightest.
Yes, well...
I mean, he stops the car. You guys are sitting over a bridge. Look at that. Do you see that? The river is just coated in filth, and who knows what's under that? You saw, I saw those corpses of those things that you killed. Yeah, what the hell were those?
Well, actually, they're quite interesting. This is sort of a variation on a
already got him going again.
And what they do is they build up a large force of mana in the claw area that sort of acts as a low pressure point. And when all of that mana is released, it causes a sort of shockwave, which is fairly unique in the magical world. And I've got the notes.
So in other words, it's terrifying to, anybody who isn't me, probably.
Or me. Well, I mean, terrifying in a physical sense, but fascinating in a mental one.
To call this weird bastardization of nature sublime and beautiful, it really shows those, and he starts driving again. Various and his cronies love to try and make everything seem better than it is.
Yes, well, I'd like to stick their noses in it, so to say. So what I've got here is a sanitized notebook, and what I would like Jerry to do is back up a story I'm crafting. Out here in nature, and I think everyone could benefit from backing this story up.
I start swimming.
We've experienced just so much beauty, so much the sunsets, the mist rising off the rivers, the animals playing in perfect harmony with one another. Right?
That's a word for it.
And, there's just so much out here that remains unknown, and we must show the citizens of this new world the sublime beauty of nature. And for that reason, I would like to mount an exhibition to the further reaches of the unknown of this beautiful world that we now live in. What we're really going to do is record all of the messed up and disgusting twists and mutations caused by mana leaking into this world. And when I publish this book, it's going to embarrass them so much that they'll make me head of the college or close it down entirely.
So Red kind of turns his head back. You sure you aren't, like, half dragon or something? That's devious even by my standards.
Oh, it's more of think of it as a quest for truth with a revenge flavor on it.
I mean, if that's how you want to tell it to yourself, I think it's great, though.
Yes, so...
Yeah, I'm all for it. As long as it gets me the exposure I need, I'll agree. Just tell me what you want me to report and I'll do it.
Oh, you need not report anything other than the truth, my friend.
Don't I always? Just gonna wink at Zep.
And then,
corrupting the media, twisting stories.
I think this
Man,
is
you would make a great politician.
This is where shit.
Oh, what are you talking about?
I just lost my train of thought. Sorry. Well, I mean that's the plan. So if anyone wants to get in on that, I think that's our best course of action for funding.
Yeah, I
get
could
the
see something
college
like
to
that
pay
working
for
out.
their own demise.
Oh, that'd be funny. Those, they're always trying to get me to, well, install their rules over everybody else. So, if you could curtail that a little bit, I'd appreciate it.
Unscrupulous, unscientific busybodies.
I mean, they don't have anything better to do, right?
Oh, I could think of plenty of things they could spend their time.
No. They don't have anything better to do that they're good at, right?
Well, that's probably true. Aside, I'm liking Red more. Really sticking it to him.
So, Patton, right?
Yes.
What exactly did you guys find over there? Like,
Uh-oh.
I know that the pharmaceuticals department, that place got torn up by Michael pretty bad, but if you don't mind me asking, I'd actually be a little bit interested in hearing what's got you all worked up.
Uh-oh.
If you're willing to tell me, of course.
Well, there were some interesting things in there.
Mm-hmm.
It was related to where I was sent before.
Oh, really?
By your request, actually, they were connected.
Oh, really now?
Wait,
Oh, so was there was there some sort of like a functional auto dock? Is that where you guys got those fancy little jacks in the back of your neck that you're all trying to hide?
I'm going to
They are
scratch the
pretty
back of
obvious,
my neck
aren't they?
and go, oh yeah. Well, hi. I really wasn't thinking about it that hard.
Yeah, you weren't saying anything about it either, though. It's not exactly usual to go on a random job and then come back with that sort of text slapped into you.
It was.
Do we have any bandages?
It was functioning.
What?
Like, do we have any bandages
I would
in our
have
bag? Because I
bandages.
feel like maybe you should cover that shit up.
No,
It's perfectly sound.
yeah, it's all been like perfectly sterilized and everything.
No,
It
no,
seems
no.
to
I
heal
don't
very
mean because
quickly.
it's going to get infected. I mean because people are going to see it.
Ah, I see.
I
So-
can give you
A little bit of
just put it on your
so
neck or
what
something.
Patton would know about this sort of thing is that not many people would know about those sort of like VR jacks and things like that, but not very many people have them like at all.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want to cover it up when I go to the meeting with the dean because they're not going to buy my sublime beauty of nature spiel with fucking VR jack in the back of my neck.
Yeah. Honestly, that's what I imagined you guys were talking about. You found like an auto dock that had the ability to do that, and now you're gonna go sell it sell it off, and you don't want to cut me in on it, which is fine. I don't have any claim on it.
It's that was part of it. We may have set up something very bad.
Ooh.
Does the name Quetzalcoatl mean anything to you?
Quetzalcoatl, right? What Quetzalcoatl?
He turns his head back. Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Well, please enlighten us, because it don't mean nothing to me.
Well, from what I've found out from what one of my top advisors, and he makes a little air quote mark into the back while he's driving, one-handed air quotes it. This place is pretty weird. Without any mana, you would think that they would have no conception of things like dragons, and things like, well, elves and orcs and whatever you are.
Well, I mean...
But every single culture, essentially, that we've found has a record of dragons that are very similar to me. And that Quetzalcoatl one is, I believe, from the continent directly south of here. Very ancient civilization was the name of one of their main deities. How do you know about that?
Does the name Project Quetzalcoatl mean anything to you?
No.
Insight. Insight check.
Insight.
That's a good call.
Yep.
That was just in
Anytime
case.
Red just goes, no, I feel like,
All right. Got the 5 on insight here. I rolled 20 in total.
16 in total.
You got a what?
16.
I got 13.
I
Okay.
got 20.
So on 20? Truth.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't think he would. So, Red, what's inside the place that I was sent to was much more run down, almost abandoned compared to this building. I don't know if this one was top secret. I don't know if it was just not bothered.
Mm-hmm.
It's locked down now, but when we were in there, there was a machine when we got our inputs. It mentioned activating Project Quetzalcoatl, and without thinking, it sent it activated this protocol or program, and the last remaining facility that we're aware of is all the way out on the almost
Okay.
the west
Memory
coast.
check. It didn't get activated. Remember?
Or yeah.
It just told you that there was another facility.
Yeah,
And it gave you an input access credit to another facility, or rather, it showed you that you had one.
It said that
That's
it
right,
could
that's right.
that it could get activated, right?
Yes.
Right.
That's
So it
what-
hasn't
yeah.
been activated, but I believe, and this is all out of character, I believe what it was is that now someone else could possibly activate it just by going to that facility.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's unlocked that facility, or if someone else
and we have an access
has
credit to it.
access.
Or rather, specifically, if the person who, you went in there as could do that. Assuming they're even alive.
Yeah.
Which, doesn't seem likely.
Probably not.
But yeah, it's
But-
it seems very dangerous to leave this this string out here. I'm more than a little worried about it.
You know, I'd say it's
So-
pretty dangerous to continue messing with this.
So, what you're telling me is that you guys found, well, exactly what I was looking for. Huh. Interesting. So,
Exactly what you were looking for.
well, yeah. We had heard a couple of rumors and reports of these old, very advanced facilities. They had things like, as you said, entirely functioning autodock systems, and other information that could advance our understanding of their technology by decades. Yeah, that's definitely a lot more interesting than I thought it was going to be when you guys were doing the whole hush hush routine.
Well, I'm more interested in sort of mana interaction, so I suppose the facility in that regard was, well, as you say, interesting, but as far as mana goes, it wasn't that great.
Look,
There was another thing in the facility.
really,
There were blanks.
what the hell is a blank?
Aside, are we really gonna tell Red just everything?
I see no reason. I see no reason
Okay, you
not
can
to
go
tell
ahead
him.
and do it, man. I mean, Elias isn't gonna stop
There's
you.
no reason in character that I wouldn't trust Red.
If he's been looking for it, I mean,
Okay, quick question
Red's
as far
not
as
evil.
yeah. quick question. As far as everyone knows, in terms of like lore,
Uh-huh.
Red is a red dragon, right?
Yes.
How red dragon are we going on that? Like,
The reddest.
and everyone knows that that's
he's
what
red
red
dragon.
dragons are like, right?
Well, the thing is that he's kind of subverted those expectations, right?
Damn it.
He's a very intense and very driven sort of person, but towards his friends and a couple of people who are a bit more critical of him just say that he thinks that everybody is part of his stash,
Mhm.
and so he's equally as protective of them as he is of his gold.
Mhm.
But if you're his friend, he's a perfectly reasonable and nice person.
Well, okay then. I mean, it's up to you. It's up to you.
So, Red, I think we may have found old world humans.
Dude, what he slams on the brakes. What?
So,
You hear a little meh, like a little squeak from the front seat.
With the kobold.
He looks over. Oh, Emily, I'm so sorry.
Poor little kobold. Pap pap.
so I don't. They almost certainly are not alive.
Okay,
Yeah, there weren't people.
I was
in
about to say,
there. But I mean,
boy, would I have felt like an asshole if I had just been thinking what I was thinking before of, oh, these hotshots think they found something interesting. It's probably just something dumb and minor. No. What?
Well,
That's incredible. Tell me more.
the facility was, as far as mana goes, completely sealed.
there wasn't. We had a limited time to even be in there.
Completely
I did.
sealed.
Some of us did.
That's
It was-
interesting.
The facility was still. I believe it was on backup power.
Huh.
It wasn't. It shut down as we left.
Right.
But inside there were. I want to say it was it 2 or 4?
Wait, how did you get in?
It's.
are we just gonna give up the ghost here entirely?
I mean. Yeah, pretty much.
mean,
all right.
I don't see
Let's
no
just
reason why
recap the
not
last
to.
couple of
So I think
episodes.
Patton here has some old world human DNA inside.
What? No,
of him.
okay, hold on.
You have no idea what
Hold
DNA is.
Yeah, Jerry.
I was about to say.
Well, actually, he
I
might.
Never.
Jerry?
Patton might. Yeah.
Okay,
Jerry might.
Are you seriously going to be able to make that connection, though? That's why he was able
Yeah,
to get in there?
that's a bit of a
That's
character
a really...
info jump.
I don't think Elias would make that connection, just to be honest.
I thought we had established that we might have figured that out. Like, in the
Not
60
really.
years. But
It's,
if not-
we know that there's something that got put into me from there. Whatever.
If not, I can just
So-
say that the computer called him somebody else.
Okay,
Yeah, that's more
That's
Or I can
that's more
say it,
reasonable.
you know.
Yeah,
Rather than making it explicit.
yeah.
So in the old facility that I was in,
Uh-huh.
I was heavily injured, and I laid on the auto dock.
As you do.
Yeah. And I believe I was unintentionally part of an old world experiment or some kind of old world procedure. And I'm still not 100% sure on everything that happened, but as we entered the facility, it referred to me as Dr. Oswald.
Huh.
Allegedly, from what we understand, was an old world human.
Technological
And
variant.
as such, it just let us right inside.
A non-mana equivalent of possession? No, that can't be possible. Domination? No. Like, you don't feel anybody else kicking in there, like, taking control at any given time. You don't black out, right? Like, you don't black out
There's
and
no
then
blackouts.
wake up with weird marks on your body or anything like that. Okay, good.
Nothing of that sort. And
Can't be domination.
even if it was something like that, as we said, it was completely mana devoid down there. It would have gone away
How
instantly.
the hell can they do that? That's weird.
But
They shouldn't be able to do that.
There were other humans down there. The robot assistant or whatever staff that was left in there referred to them as blanks, and there was no signs of like they were essentially just hunks of meat
Yeah.
in these tanks. And I believe it's something, I don't know, consciousness, something, life transfer, something like that.
I'm going to keep my bag, which has all my notes.
That makes
on the
sense.
blanks,
That makes a lot of
behind
sense.
me.
Oh, that is
fellas,
interesting.
I do wonder if maybe Patton over here has got people inside him. Maybe we can let him out, put him inside them blanks.
Okay, you can see now, like, if you look into the rear view mirror, your red's kind of covering his mouth, but he's grinning.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, that's interesting.
Now I'm starting to get a little nervous.
Hey, I know. Let's tell the ancient red dragon everything we know about super secret stuff, guys. It's a good idea.
So,
Because now I'm just realizing if he wants
A technological
homegrown humans, I'm probably the best.
so he's kind of muttering under his breath, like, just kind of muttering to himself, technological equivalent of a soul transfer? We can't possibly do that. They might be able to. Look, if this is anything like what I think it is, before, I was playing around with you guys. This was interesting. This was fun. This was, I need to get out of the house for a bit. Right? Might as well do something interesting with my time. This has gotten upgraded on my priority list.
Enough.
Number one on the priority list is get home and get this fine lady a nice big bowl of ice cream as an apology. Number two is you guys.
Kobolds. Is it worth it to roll insight to see if that's what his actual priority
Sure.
list is?
Go for it.
Jesus.
I believe him.
Okay, Elias is suspicious of people in positions of power. Okay. That's going to be 15.
15?
Yeah.
As far as you could tell.
Fuck. Okay.
I'm going to try and roll that. Yeah, that's a 3, so
You're not entirely sure. Maybe that list is actually differently ordered.
Look, okay, I'm just trying to be insightful here.
I don't think anybody trained in insight even.
Technically,
I can insight. I just don't know what's happening right now.
he's swiveling.
Wait, did you even train in insight?
no, but I have a 5 modifier to it from wisdom.
Yeah.
Let me scroll. I got
Nobody trained in insight. This is hilarious.
No. +4.
Shit.
I mean, hey, I rolled a 24 and a 20 on it, so
Alright.
I'm pretty insightful.
You guys are...
Quote from man probably about to be eaten by dragon.
Red seems pretty genuine.
But one thing is for certain, Red. If we want more information, the only facility that we know of, unless you know another, is far out west.
Alright. Let me just tell you, if there were any magic words to get me to give people money, you guys just nailed them. You know, that entire spiel.
It's a lot of words.
Look,
Well, I still would like
Look.
to go to the college to sort of stick it.
oh no, I understand
completely
completely.
overshadowed Elias.
No. I understand completely, Elias. You see, you remember back at the garden. I have a lot of gold. However, if I didn't like somebody very much and I had the opportunity to fleece them,
Well,
I would take it.
Fleece is a strong word.
Come on.
This is a mostly purely scientific pursuit.
Uh-huh.
That just happens to involve sticking their stupid noses in
Varius's face, yes. No, I get it completely.
80%, 70%.
I think Red's got you figured, Adam.
science.
Why do you think I want people to go after Michael? Come on. It's basically the same thing. If I genuinely wanted to, if I really thought that he was a huge threat to me and all of that, I could go out today. You know, make a big show of it, take him down. But I don't want to. It's potentially dangerous and whatever. And not my job anymore. I've got people for that now.
Well,
right?
yes. People like us, I suppose.
Right. So
I say we make haste.
And Red, there was one other thing that I just remembered.
Huh. Okay. Lay it on me.
We did see a living human.
Wait. Breaks the slam.
This poor couple.
Hold on now. We'd all just gotten holes drilled in our head. I don't think we were seeing.
So what you see is that you guys, the brakes come off and you kind of hear a belt buckle, like loosen, and you just see the kobold standing on
that kind of podcast?
standing on the hood of the dash.
Oh, you mean the dash?
Yeah, she's standing on the dash. Like, she flew into the air and landed. She was anticipating it this time. She looks at Reg smugly, like a mixture of smug and annoyed.
As we were leaving Red, we did see a female human. And they left in the same way that Michael did.
What, you mean they just
inside
left?
The facility. They were inside the facility as we were leaving. And we saw them and then snap, they were gone.
Now, I don't know much about all this fancy technology stuff. There's no way anyone was getting out of there if I wasn't getting out of there.
No, that can't be the case. That one, until I figure out more, and trust me, I'll look into it, probably some sort of hallucination.
I mean, we were in there for a little while with no mana, but I do not.
You all saw the same thing, though.
Well,
right?
I seem to recall seeing something of that sort, yes.
I didn't see anything.
All right.
Oh, that's right. Jerry didn't see it, did he?
Nope. I have no idea what you guys are talking about
Wait,
right
Jerry
now.
didn't see it?
He didn't.
No. My perception check was like, it was a 3.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nobody. You guys were the only two that saw it, but he starts driving again.
I'm kind of wide-eyed.
Actually, he slows down a bit. If there's anything else that is going to give me a heart attack, please tell me now.
I'm going to keep my bag to myself.
We fought a crab.
Good for you. Oh, jeez. Okay. You guys drive along a bit more. So, out in Colorado, huh? Okay. I don't normally like recommending this line, but I was going to say if you guys were just going to go out, talk to the congregation, come back, maybe then mount a big expedition out west, just take the car, it'll be fine. But, we're going to need to think about...
Do we have gas for this and all that?
Yeah. So, you might want to ask that, in character, or something like that.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Elias probably wouldn't think about that.
Yeah,
to be
that's true.
Honest.
He probably doesn't know how a car works.
Well, yeah, I've only been here for 2 months, so cars are just... I haven't actually been in one before.
Yeah. Makes sense. So, look, I'll get you guys what I can in terms of quick, high quality, very, very high quality, best I can get you, expedition gear. A lot of it's going to be custom made, so it's going to take a bit. I'll try to not use the people that got you your stuff, Patton. Right? I don't want to give them any more work, but...
By take a bit, do you mean weeks, months? If possible, we could, I suppose, visit the congregation and return before mounting the expedition out west.
That might work out. Yeah. That's a good idea, actually. Did you guys have any other plans?
I suppose we could, if you could supply us with a rather more generic exploration gear, we could sort of feel out the water, as it were. Visit the congregation before returning to push further west to complete my research, of course.
So it depends on exactly how you get there. If you're just driving there yourself, I could have it delivered, but that would be a bit difficult. Coming back would waste time. He's kind of deep in thought. Okay, how about this? I'll get the order in, and then once you figure out, make a plan about how you're going to go out west, just talk to me and I'll get it to you when I can. Which
sounds like a plan then.
Yep,
ordinarily for an order like this, for somebody who's working for me, I would go through intermediaries and, well, mask that it's from me.
On that front, interjecting here for just a moment, Red, I suppose it would lend a sort of air of credibility to my to my story for the college. If
you guys aren't on any pretenses anymore. Actually, the only pretense is while you're going to go check out that facility, really it's up to you whichever one is a bigger priority for you, but no, I wouldn't be able to get anybody else to do it since you're the only people who know the facility, and knowing these things that they've got individual locks, they probably wouldn't let you in. Damn it.
Perhaps you found the first rough edition of my sublime beauty of nature to be such a page turner that you decided that it was worth recommending the college back the expedition. That it seems to be good cover, in my opinion.
Yeah, something like that. Look.
It looks slightly dejected. Thought it was a good idea.
If I say that the order is from me, you'll get the best gear that you can as fast as you can. Alright?
I don't really see a downside, but...
Well, the only downside for that is that Michael might know that we're coming to get him.
That's true.
You're kind of double dipping here.
I suppose, but he didn't quite seem to be the sort that gathers intelligence or what have you. I'm sure it's nothing John can't handle.
Look, if you're saying that you saw a human that disappeared in the same way that he does, in roughly the area that he was exploring in, there's no way it's a coincidence. There's no way it's a coincidence.
The connection between Michael and the human?
Well,
yeah.
I'm not really sure what sort of magic they're using. The mana seems to be quite strange. John here, to be quite frank, I'd like to examine, his internal structures closely, but I don't suppose he'd let me.
I'm sorry, what?
Well,
you ain't taking a core sample of me, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, nothing so crude.
I don't know, Elias. What you just said there sounded pretty crude to begin with.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is that
I am no longer swiveling.
The
You were swiveling the
stops.
whole time.
He's just going back and forth in the
I
chair.
was swiveling lazily.
While they're discussing that, I'm gonna turn over towards Dranis and kind of like squint at her.
She is asleep.
She said this dwarf here said she got shot by friendly fire,
Uh-huh.
but she said she was hiding.
Yeah.
How did she get shot while she was hiding under the floor?
She got shot, then she hid.
How did Michael not catch her?
Because she hid.
John seems to have a handle on this.
No.
Like, does that make
That's
sense?
reasonable. That's reasonable, John, but
I ain't saying we should trust her.
Jeron's onto something here, I think, as much as that makes me want to vomit in my mouth.
Like, when we heard that recording, I didn't hear any gunshots. All I heard was a shh, and that was it.
That's true.
How did she get shot? That's my
I mean,
question to you
she
guys.
could have started recording after.
No, we heard
It's-
Michael walk in on that recording. But if she was hiding at the time she was shot, she was under the floor. If the orc guy was trying to shoot Michael, how did he shoot the floor instead? Something doesn't add up here.
If I had to guess, in all honesty, she was probably lying. She
Well-
probably shot herself on accident while she was pulling her gun out of her holster. There's no way she's trained to use one of those things.
Well, I think any number of things could happen here. I don't think any of them very important.
No, that sort of attention to detail is exactly what I want in somebody who's on this sort of case.
Yeah, it makes sense that this dwarf might have shot herself.
Yeah.
I would keep an eye on her though, Red. She's pretty shifty.
Oh, trust me, I am already planning on doing so. So,
All right, so it sounds like we're all swiveling back to our positions. Enjoy this nice car ride.
so you guys continue driving on. Red does tell you that it's fine to just like get some sleep while he drives.
Do the chairs recline?
Yes.
Recline enabled.
This is going to be an extended rest.
Yes, it will.
Okay, so we're all back to full
Yeah.
for everything then?
Feeling healthy.
So,
Healy's action points, etc.
I'm going to. Or do I do that at an extended rest where I do my impart or my augment energy? I believe.
yeah, you'll declare that at the point where it's actually, like you guys start getting up and moving.
Okay.
So, do you guys all go to sleep?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get some shut-eye.
Yep.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we are going to cut to Jeron. You wake up.
Just Jared?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're in a pretty nice bed.
Wait, weren't we in the car?
Yes.
Oh, fucking hell.
Scene change.
Yeah. You wake up, you're in a pretty nice bed. You don't remember getting in there.
Red carried you like a sleeping child.
I mean, probably.
Alright, I'm a little weirded out by the fact that I don't know how I got into this bed, because that's usually not a good thing.
Mhm.
So I'm just going to try and look around and see if I can identify where I'm at.
Yeah, you're in a very nice bed. There's a bed stand with it's like a 4-poster bed with the drapes and everything.
Oh, man.
Like, some nice satin, like purple velvet.
I need to start looting that stuff. We need the gold.
Do
That
we?
is not in my character.
No,
You hear
I'm
an-
kidding.
You hear a knock on the door. Dunk, dunk, dunk.
I'm going to go to the door and open it.
There's a goblin.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's wearing a little baseball cap. He's got a red t-shirt on, some shorts. Looks like a kid.
Are they jorts?
No.
Hey there, little guy. How can I help you?
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
Uh,
Did you need something from me, or?
yeah. He reaches into his pocket, pulls out a couple of small pills. You're supposed to take these. Something about poison.
What?
I don't think they're poison, but I think it was supposed to be like for not poison.
For not poison? I'm gonna need you to elaborate a little bit further here, pal.
He reaches into his pocket, pulls out like a little note. Can you read this?
I'll take the note from him, and I'll read it.
Can he read it?
It says, yeah.
Oh.
It says, wake guests, give antitoxin pills.
Guests with an S?
Red.
Anti-tox. Oh. I want to check to see if I would.
Roll an insight on the note.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll.
Is this note lying to me?
I kind of want to check
Intimidate the
Arcana
guy.
to see if there's a spell that's been cast on me or anything like that.
Sure.
All right, so I got 9 on Arcana. It's 19 in total.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can't tell. You feel like crap though.
All right, so I'm just gonna take these pills because if I feel like crap, this kind of adds up to me being poisoned. I'm gonna take these pills because I'm already poisoned. These won't poison me anymore.
Mm-hmm. Right. You take them.
Oh.
So, come on over here. Your friend who had the big mask, he's fine.
Oh, okay. Does that mean the others are not fine?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's not good.
Elias
please lead me to my
screams
friends.
astrally.
So you get led down a hallway. You open your main door and you see a couple of lined rooms. It kind of looks like a hotel almost. Going to Patton. Patton, you're sitting in a little atrium. Red is across from you, still in human form. Kind of looking at you. This is why we need to get them gear. I was not entirely expecting. Well, actually, I should have been expecting. As it turns out, when you hand a bunch of people who are not very trained in pharmaceuticals into a building full of a ton of chemicals, well, you can get things like carbon monoxide poisoning.
Oh, wait, yeah, shit. We were in a sealed room with no fucking air in it for a while. So, yeah, what we were thinking was, hey, there's no mana in here, was also, hey, there's no fucking air in here.
I think I just assumed people were in here at some point, so it's fine if we're in here.
Oh, that's actually... Okay, this is going to be in character, I guess, when I learn it, but the idea of, being able to tell the difference between, carbon monoxide poisoning and mana deprivation? I wonder if it works similarly, ooh, I'm interested now.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got some stuff that we've made. I don't know. I don't think you said you didn't really have anything to scrub that from a system. Very sorry about that. It's a good thing we figured it out quickly. Thank you for that, by the way.
I'm a little confused. I feel like we just dropped mid-conversation.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, so how did
I didn't know if I was woke up.
How did Patton get there?
Yeah, duh.
How did Patton get there? Patton's been fine the whole time. So, Patton, for you, just because I was trying to do a little thing. Yeah.
I had a feeling, and then he split off, and
Yeah.
I got confused again.
No. So, just to, because I was actually about to just, do a little montage of this. You guys got back, right? It was late. You get woken up. You get woken up. They go tap everybody else. They don't wake up.
Oh.
Right? You take a quick look over them, and you realize pretty quickly, oh no, this isn't like mana deprivation or anything. This is bad. Yeah, cue
Looked him over.
montage of people being dragged in and now treated
Three
for
people dragging John.
yeah.
He's a big boy.
Who's a big boy?
This is why we need that sort of gear, and at this point, Jeron probably stumbles in.
Red, your goblin here said something about poison. Now, I thought we were friends, but poison, come on.
I didn't poison you. You were in a facility with a bunch of people making pharmaceuticals, including that dwarf friend of yours. The amount of random nonsense that you inhaled because you didn't have any safety gear is staggering.
Well, I know a little about inhaling random nonsense, but this...
And exhaling.
well, as long as it wasn't you, Red, I trust you. I'm just going to sit down.
Honestly, if I was going to poison you, I would do it a little bit more refined than the equivalent of shoving you in a garage and leaving a car on.
Oh, no, maybe you didn't want to put in the effort.
Jimmy,
That's true.
You should stop talking. Just sit down and recover.
I'm very lightheaded. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Where am I in this?
Yeah.
So John now?
Yeah. So, John, Elias, you get very similar waking up, knock on door. For Elias,
John's
you get a little
100% very trigger happy. He is
for
scared.
Elias, you like a little kobold comes over, hands you the note.
Yeah, I just read it and take the pills.
Yeah, they don't say anything. They look a bit spooked.
So,
And then John, so you said that John seems a little bit trigger happy, right?
He's very confused and very scared. I can't imagine he's thinking
Okay,
clearly.
so
Right
John, you hear a knock on your door.
now. John wakes up, rolls out of bed, reaches for
It
his
isn't
pistol.
there.
Probably also passes out of bed because he just rolled out of bed.
Outside the door, they hear a bunch of shuffles and they're like,
They hear. You see your door kind of opens a bit. You see a little gnome kind of peek its
What'll just happen?
head in. Excuse me, sir.
Hell are you?
I'm supposed to give you these. You guys inhaled a lot of fumes of things. You're in the garden right now. You Reds. You're a lot bigger than he told me you were.
Oh, just what Red said.
You guys inhaled some bad stuff, and you need to take these to not die.
I do like not dying. Animal.
He puts them on the note and slides it under the door as he closes it.
Hey, boy, hey, back here. Leave me to Red. I got words for him.
Yeah, absolutely, sir. This way. So you take him, and then John and Elias kind of walk in from opposite corridors. You walk into a large main, what looked like an old, an old atrium or shit. I'm bad at these. Where it's like entryway.
In a really nice chair with a cup of tea in my hand, unsure as to how to drink it because I have a mask on.
Absolutely.
Sort of just,
Yeah, they're in front of a large glass table. Red sitting in a nice black leather chair. There are some other very, very nice leather chairs surrounding the table. There are cups of tea and other beverages on the table. Kind of looks over at you. Oh, good, none of you died.
Stumble over the table, sit down. I slam back the tea. Hey, Red, where my guns at?
That's a disconcerting first sentence.
I'm just gonna sit there and sort of like hold my head because it's got a headache going on.
Yes.
You don't just take a man's guns.
Well, you see, we have you listed as a bit dangerous if you're disoriented. I didn't want you blowing a hole in my roof when you woke up. Don't worry. All of your things, I've got somebody bringing them over right now. You kind of see at the far end of a hallway, there's a kobold dragging a big sack and struggling. Just kind of like drops it for a bit, picks it up again, walk. It might take a bit.
I'm feeling a little bit better now, so I'm going to go help the little kobold out.
All right, you go over to help them, and they kind of like shoo you away. This is their job.
Oh,
They're
all
helping.
right. They don't want my help. I'll let them do it.
I'm just gonna sit here and drink some tea.
I'm going to sit here and have a headache.
Yes, unfortunately,
I assume.
well, one of the reasons I was actually thinking of getting Patton here, or, well, if not Patton specifically, somebody quite similar to him on board with any expedition that I would launch for this sort of thing, is that, well, as it turns out, as you can tell, if I could have just healed you magically, I would have. This is the danger of this. I can't do anything if you inhale a near-fatal dose of whatever nonsense you inhaled, that cocktail.
There's a whole slew of new dangers in this world. The Rock is not a safe place.
Yes, that's...
So you think that room was rigged?
I don't
something?
think, not necessarily that room specifically, but the entire... the entire pharmaceuticals building, I get the distinct feeling that as he left, Michael or one of his cronies, well, rigged the place to poison anybody who came in.
That might have something to do with that living human you guys saw.
It could have been.
What
It very
We were
easily
in
could have
the
been.
other building, though.
That's true. Look, I'm not entirely sure. I wasn't there. I don't know.
We wasn't
But
there.
anyway, take a little bit to rest. If you need anybody to talk to as far as getting you in touch with anybody that you would like to get in touch to, just give me a call.
Red.
Yeah?
Can I get just real quick, when you have the chance, a letter of commendation, recommendation, permission to show to the dean, just to have on hand.
Certainly. Yeah, it's the least I can do.
Thank you.
I actually feel pretty terrible about this.
Well, it's not like you boys.
I mean, that's true, but this is the second time now that me asking Patton here to do something has gotten him or his friends in, well, danger they didn't think they were getting themselves into. So, can't help but feel a little bit bad, at least.
At least we're taking precautions now. This is why it's important.
Right. So, if you're going to travel without protective gear while we're getting the good stuff made, or without very good protective gear, definitely taking the car, considering that it's completely sealed, would be a good route. Other possible avenues are, there's plenty of caravans if you wanted to be slightly less conspicuous, and there's those, kind of looks over at Jeron. There's those guys who are on again, off again, very annoying to me, the steel drivers that you could go talk to.
Yeah, steel drivers. I've done some things with them before. I don't really like talking about them, but they might owe me one.
Really? That's surprising.
Yeah, when you work as a PI on the side, you find some things out for people. They can't pay you. They owe you a favor.
Reasonable enough. Anyway, here, let me, at the very least, give you the rest of what I was going to give you for the initial job. He kind of snaps his fingers again, and a goblin and a kobold come in, hup, with a big old chest. It's another 500 gold.
Hooray.
Hell yeah.
So now we got
Ka-ching.
1,000 gold-ish?
Yeah. Well,
Nice.
1,000 even.
Oh, 1,000 even. Cool.
Minus the money we spent at
We
that
did
app.
not go to an IHOP.
I got the
No, Ted, remember, we cut out the 3-hour-long IHOP sequence.
I got the sirloin tips and eggs.
That's,
Really?
I got the eggs over my hammy.
I got the Hobbit breakfast meal.
See, the IHOP episode will be available for purchase once we hit $200 a month on our Patreon.
My favorite part was when John were at a Grand Slam, and we had to tell him that we weren't at Denny's.
Oh, Jesus, I just got the joke. I just realized that there's no Grand Slam.
This bit isn't even
What
funny.
the fuck is this dude talking about? I need to bone up on my Denny's list.
Revival Beach episode also coming soon.
No, shut up.
Whew. Okay, so Red, I have one question.
Sure.
The car would probably be the best route there, but how well do you think Michael knows you are? Would he be aware that we would take the car? Would he notice it? Do you think he has a system set up where that wouldn't be wise to do if he wanted to catch him off guard?
It would stand out more for sure.
The car may be the quickest route, but there's other
The
things
train would be the quickest route.
Well, there's other things to consider, such as access
Pretty
to
sure they
nature, scenic views, ability to collect samples. All of these.
See, those things ain't really my concern.
So of the three, the fastest and least conspicuous, the car, too obvious. It's going to stand out. Caravans, too unpredictable. It would take much, much longer because I have to make stops.
I wouldn't know personally.
You'll get your
But-
expedition, Adel.
Can I
I'm pretty
That's
sure.
Doctor.
Yeah, sure, streetwise. But as you're rolling that, I do believe they have smuggled cars in the past, so you could put it on one of their trains.
Yeah, I'll check their stop frequency to see if that would also be a good idea. Do
Bring the
that.
car along with-
Streetwise is a nat 20.
Inside the
Nat 20? Okay.
Yep.
So,
Nice.
you've done a couple of pieces on these guys before. A couple of fluff pieces talking about how great they are with sticking it to the man and all of that. A couple of pieces about the shady underbelly, right? Like Vice style. I went and partied it up with these dudes. But
That's
one of the
I
things that
did
you do
mescaline on
know,
a train.
yeah, one of the things that you do know right about now is that they are in the middle of a pretty big operation. They're doing a pretty big transfer of some raw materials for something. You don't entirely know what for, but they were having to go back and forth to Detroit, and they should be up. Like, based on your time frame right now, they should be stopping somewhere close by.
Alright, well, Detroit would... They do make stops in Detroit, and that would be about halfway where we need to go. So if we can get out to Detroit without Michael's people spotting us...
No. You misunderstood, and I didn't say it clearly enough. Considering that they probably left Detroit by now,
Oh.
right? And are coming back down around. Right?
Oh, okay. So they just don't go back and forth. They're just coming back and then...
Yeah, they're coming back around. So they should probably be... I just need to actually consult the fucking maps that I've made and things like that. God.
attention to detail makes it real cool. Because then you're like, oh shit, actually makes sense. In this Dungeons and Dragons fantasy world.
Because what I'm thinking is we could take the train as far as the steel drivers would be willing to take us and try and smuggle that car. And then once we reach the end of where it's convenient for them, we can just take the car out. And that way Michael won't
We probably
know.
don't even need to smuggle
So
them. I'm sure
what
we can
you're-
just pay for it.
Yeah, what you would know
Right,
is that
can
by
pay for it.
about now, they're probably in Pittsburgh.
So they should be getting here relatively soon.
Yeah, they should be getting... Well, no, they're stopping in Pittsburgh and then going... they aren't coming to New York. They aren't wanted around here.
Oh, okay. So we would just have to make the journey to Pittsburgh and then hop on that train. Okay. So we can just take the car
We could take
over
the car to
there.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's what you would know.
But I want to talk to the college first before we go to secure more
Yeah.
funding and to stick it to them.
And also, if you guys wanted to do any
most
amount
important
of
thing right now.
shopping, like buying any gear
Oh, you
and
know it,
stuff,
fam. We got 1,000 gold.
I mean that is a lot.
I'll buy a
Should probably gear up or
plus
something.
10 new chain.
You actually could buy a new chain.
I'm thinking we should go with Elias to the college to see if we can get some money up front. Then let's go shopping. And once we have all of our stuff in order, Let's make way for Pittsburgh and meet up with the Steel Drivers.
All right, we'll take Red's car with us.
All right, off to the college we go.
Do I get that letter from Red?
Yeah, so Red goes back into the his main hall, right? The center.
Is he back in
Madison
dragon form
Square
now?
Garden. Yeah. But you do see that that one kobold, Emily, come back with her messenger bag, pulls a little sealed envelope with Red's stamp on it.
Does she have ice cream stains on her clothes?
Absolutely.
Yes. All right, so I'll take the letter.
All right, that was episode 7 of Revival, a Dungeons & Dragons real play podcast. You can check us out here on YouTube, or actually, since episodes tend to run kind of long, YouTube's not the best place to listen, in my opinion. We have the podcast up on iTunes, which you can find if you have the iTunes app, if you have an Apple phone, or a whole bunch of podcast apps on Android. I use Podcast Addict. They didn't pay me to say that, I swear. There's, you can find us on Twitter, at LetMeTellYouPD, and you can also send us tweets there, and we will answer them in character on Jerry's show. There's also a Discord in the description here on YouTube and in the podcast episode, where you can hang out with all the stars. Episode 8 will come out soon, and we'll be all geared up and ready to go for another fancy schmancy adventure. Until then, see you next time.